Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon from wherever you are in the world. My name is Ike Sky, and this is the International Sim Drivers Association. Don't know why, but I think I got that wrong. Spring Championship in Assetto Corsa Competizione from the Italian countryside circuit of Monza. The soundtrack to that intro was dutifully provided by the sounds of these awesome GT3 machines, which we are going to be following for the next 60 minutes in racing and 20 minutes of qualifying. To start everything off, however, a very quick summation before the session gets going proper of where we are in the calendar right now. Last week we were at the Nürburgring in the Eiffel Forest, had a night race which went about, well, a lot better than what we were expecting. Very clean racing, very competitive, apart from a dominant drive from Berenic. Today, as you can see, on the 1st of April, we are at Monza. No April Fool's jokes here. However, will the result be? Next time out, we will be going to the Outback down in Australia to Bathurst, the mountain. Who will be able to conquer that? And from one side of the earth to the other, back to the Great British Isles and Alton Park. Belgium is our next stop, and the classic Zolder circuit. How many of us have driven around that in many a sim? Both modded and first party, that track is an absolute staple of sim racing. And speaking of a staple of sim racing, Kailami is the penultimate round and the last of the hour-long rounds, let's say, of this championship. Going to South Africa, absolutely wonderful track, wonderful surroundings, beautiful views, and the racing is always excellent there. And lastly, where better than going back to Belgium and to Spa-Francorchamps. One of my favourite circuits, so you'll hear me wailing on for hours and hours about how good that is. But for tonight, we have the continuation, round 2, so all still yet to play for. However, a dominant display, as I said, from Romano Berenic in that number 8 car. Last time out at Nürburgring, he is looking on pace to do the same thing today. However, if at all possible, we would like to keep him from doing that. Zamora is not going to be here tonight due to real life circumstances. The number 17 of Chiava, Damien Chiava, will not be able to be in attendance tonight. Down the rest of the... So Winkler in the GTR made good progress up the field, but was not able to capitalise on it. In the AM standings, Kozchak is the leader in the 88 Audi. The 51 of Barnabas Concoli is in second, and Eugene, German manufacturers, dominating the AM Championship, but that Ferrari of Wyszynski is always haunting, ready to take on the leaders. Qualifying session is underway. You can see at the top of your screens 18 minutes remaining, and we are going to watch every second of it. From the viewpoint of the 96 for the time being, there is a McLaren 13th of Mayer who is not showing up as having a skin. Good. Assetto Corsa Competizione being a pain in the backside as usual. Let's have a very quick look at the track map because I can, and that lets us see that Lord Nem will be first across the line in another similarly underskinned Aston Martin, looking resplendent in the carbon fibre finish though. Very, very quickly then, let's jump on board with him and get this track run out of the way, because I can guarantee we aren't going to have a moment to spare in the race or the rest of this qualifying session to be able to talk about it. And in the background, someone's got pizza, and now my mouth is watering already. For turn 1, the first chicane, brake. Oh, not quite like that, Nem. Bouncing over the curbs, and there's a great possibility we're going to see a repeat of that through the rest of the race. He's out on his own still, so he has a lot of time around him. The first chicane, catching out the first driver to take it on. Not much rubber down on the track yet as he comes around Curva Grande, turn 3, and looks for the bridge, which is no longer there. Good grief, what are we going to do for the braking zones into Variante del Regia? Have to be so patient on the throttle out of there because a little bit too early, and you can run wide now to Curva de Lesmo. Lesmo 1. Second gear even for the Aston Martin. That setup is not quite working yet. There may need to be another lap coming around very deep on the inside for Lesmo 2 in second gear. You want to be doing that in third gear ideally as far as speed is concerned. Now down one of the 3 enormous straights underneath the bridge where the engine echoes around you. On the brakes now for Variante Ascari. Suspiciously tight left-hand corner again, very high second, possibly low third, changing up the gears in the right-hander, and Nem is going to slow down to let, which McLaren is that has just flown past, and down to Parabolica at the bottom, which in Italian means curve, so it is curve, curve. Back on the throttle as early as you possibly can. Try and make every mile per hour advantage that you possibly can. And if Nem can get his act together and catch up to the back of Claudio Voodoo there in the McLaren, there is every possibility, as his time was disallowed, there's every possibility he might be able to make progress up the field. Back to external cameras, and Voodoo in the 728 is up at the top of the timesheets at the moment. 8 drivers have set a time. Wait for the rest of them to set representative times. The track is going to rubber in over this session, so do not think for a minute that this is remotely representative. And if I'm looking correctly, there we go, and Zach in the 89 goes faster. Voodoo is still holding on in second, so great to see the 2 McLarens at the top of the timesheets there. However, I think we might be lacking a Berenic at the top of the timesheets. We do have a Borovec in the 24 Porsche. Washpal is God. I mean, you say that. I mean, he's in the AM class, but maybe his talents lie elsewhere. Still 4th at the moment. He's not doing bad here. Who else was? Oh, Chiava was not expecting to be driving tonight, but is in the pits now. Perhaps he has been able to turn his life upside down to get to this Monza race. It would be very good for him to defend his 4th position at the moment in the championship. Where was that name that I was looking for? Yeah, I think it may have just jumped to the top. Nope. Rochepal goes to the top. Was that correct? It was. Lucas Rochepal to the top with a 148.2. That was an astounding time, especially from an AM car. Just waiting. And actually, I don't see Berenic. I thought I was going... Oh, Berenic is in 10th at the moment. So he has been circulating. Last lap was 149, so may have had some problems with traffic. Borovec to the top with a 148.3. It looks like we're going to be getting into the 47s quite quickly here. Who is yellow flagging? It's people stopping to... Sorry, guys. I think I may have pushed the wrong button. So, Berenic is still not doing a representative lap time. Has had issues for 2 laps in a row now. Could this be the downfall of the number 8 Porsche for Pirate Racing? Down into Parabolica again. Thing is, camera set 1 is utterly useless for catching action. However, it does give you a very, very up close and personal look at the track. I can well believe that Romano's taking a few laps to get those tyres in check. Under brakes for turn 1 and 2. Nice and neat across the turn 1 and beautiful out of turn 2. We'll be able to get the throttle down nice and early from there. Lots of bumping over the curbs though. Maybe that front end of that Porsche is set up a little bit softer than Berenic really needs in this qualifying session. Down into Variante del Roggia. Pinch perfect. Missing the sausage curbs on the inside. And now through the Lesmos. Nice and neat, runs out right to the very edge as much as he dares, but not clipping any of the grass. That's vitally important for keeping your straight line speed up, down towards Ascari. As I say, for action shots, yeah. And that is an Aston Martin on the outside there. So someone's parked it to retire back to the pits and take on another set of boots. Don't know if their tyres are unlimited this weekend. But now a very neat time, a very neat lap, and a very quick time right to the top of the timesheets with a 1:47.769. Berenic is back. It took him a while to get there, but he did get there in the end. Actually, was that another Pirate Racing Porsche that I saw? That's Borovic. Excellent. Rochepal to the top, and the barriers go flying over turn 1. It took longer than we were expecting, but it's finally happened. Pindrich in the 22 car is doing very well in that Bentley. British muscle at its very finest. Yep, and takes to the escape road. His time set 6th at the moment. But Rochepal in the 111 leading the way with 0.06 of a second. I think Berenic is still out. Yes. Berenic is indeed still out on the track. The top 10 with 10 minutes left to go in this qualifying session. Rochepal, Berenic, Zak, Voodoo, Borovic, Pindrich, Jokic. That name rings a bell. Hemming, Concoli, and Mixic. That is Bentley, Porsche, McLaren, Porsche, Bentley, Mercedes, Lexus, Mercedes. So an eclectic mix, and unfortunately the prancing horses not really troubling even the top 10 of this 45 car grid at the moment. I clicked on the wrong one. Just wanted to look at that GTR again. Leading Ferrari is Zvonimir Burek. I can do names. In that wonderfully turned out Dutch sim racing team, Ferrari. And as it leaves the Lesmos, maybe the camera will stick with us long enough to see the never give up hashtag on the rear bumper. Great to see that slogan of endurance racing, which I love so much, returning in this form of racing as well. Berenic goes back to the top of the timesheets. 0.09 of a second between him and the top AM car of Rochepal. Listen to that Porsche. What a wonderful noise. Meanwhile, my favourite car is cutting the first chicane, I think. Yeah, that was... Sure. They were asked in the driver's briefing to try and preserve those those polystyrene markers, but apparently they're not listening. And Voodoo is the hoodoo that has the red car. Claudio doing very well at the moment in 5th. I have a feeling that McLaren is very well suited to this Monza circuit, however. That low svelte body is going to be doing them wonders in a straight line. Let's get the dashboard view so you can see more of the track here. One thing that Assetto Corsa really has nailed is the quality of the track and the track surroundings. Where's the bridge? Have they taken the bridge down? Have they seriously taken the bridge down? I don't remember from the from watching the Formula 1 last year. Oh, very, very greedy from Voodoo there. Was going quicker, but with that wide moment, he's still up on his previous time. Go on, Voodoo. Through Ascari. It was very neat, but he's losing time, which is massively unfortunate. Hopefully we'll have an excuse to come back to that beautifully turned out 728 McLaren. Driver who's up already, just coming through the first corner, but is going to lose time on the way out, is the Lexus of George Hemming. He's still marginally up on his previous time, and his current split would put him up towards 8th place. Let's see if he can hold it together through the rest of the track. Concoli behind is looking quite quick as well. The Hemming does currently have the lines of the 3rd place car to follow in the form of that 89 McLaren. If the Lexus can hold on to it in a straight line, there is advantage to be had. Shoutouts going to Roche Powell, Pindrick and Minton in the 75 car. A little bit down. It looks like the Aston Martins might have the race pace, but not necessarily the qualifying pace today. Wonderful cut over the first corner of Ascari. That's very brave. It shows a compliant car. And Silver as well. Getting shout out in the chat. Great to see the team families and friends supporting these drivers. Might not be. Oh, okay. Tom Minton's just going to shout at everyone in chat. Cool. I'll just shout out absolutely all of the drivers, shall I? By name. Come on, Hemming. Comes across the line, pushes himself to 8th position. Up into the top 10 goes George Hemming for the finger food Lexus. Good grief, that's a name. Kuchar is 3/10 up as well. Comes out onto the start-finish straight. Comes across the line. His fastest time will take him to 11th in the 78 Lexus. So the Lexi coming on a little stronger now. Starting to trouble the top 10 for sure. Kawasaki in the 806 was looking quick, but I think may have lost out slightly around the top of the circuit. Rakishnik, meanwhile. Oh no. What on earth happened there? Oh, that's why he was a second up. It's always good when you see a split go a little bit crazy. Oh, Ferrari tries to pull over as well. Those barriers have not lasted quite as long as we were hoping. I'm going to say Przemek Kirchner. Sure. For the R Motorsports Aston Martin. There you go. I can do that bit. Currently going a bit quicker than he has been, but even here, like he can make up a couple of positions if he can get the throttle down. He may have lost time on the exit of Parabolica. come across the line and go no faster. 2 minutes 40 remaining. Drivers Kawasaki again 4 tenths up in that silver line liveried. Yeah, silver line liveried Mercedes. 3 tenths could make a big difference to his starting position, however. Lost all that time in the straights, but if you can get it right out through Parabolica, gets on the throttle, that Mercedes just doesn't seem to want to get into the apex, though. You can guarantee everybody will have their cars trimmed out as much as possible. As I thought I saw a reshuffle, the 89 car goes to the top of the timesheets. Rochbal in the 111, still very much clear of the rest of the AM cars in third position, but his pole setting time has been eclipsed by Berenic and now Nida Zak in the 89 McLaren. The Porsches, meanwhile, the Porsches have a lot of presence in the top 10. I'm very surprised by this. I mean, they have a lot of presence in the top 10. Tom, are they all of your drivers? How many drivers do you have in this race? Under a minute now to go in this second qualifying session. Let's go, Rochbal! No. Oh no, he ran wide. Okay. Zak was going 3 tenths faster in the first sector, and that will be Burek up to 16th from 24th, 25th. Managed to grab that just as he crossed the line. Absolutely astounding display. Still at the top of the Ferraris, and now you can see on the track the rubber is getting itself laid on the racing line. The drivers will be able to brake later and harder. Reef is going... Oh no, he's just cut across the... Yep. We're going to see a lot of that for the time being. Mayer, meanwhile, going 7/10 faster at the moment. Lacking a livery, unfortunately, but... coming out of, I keep wanting to call it Ascari, it's Parabolica. Down across the line, he crosses and goes to 28 from nearly last on the grid, and that is qualifying over. Okay, that's fine. Now Silver's not in Team BDX. And that is the session. Is that the session over? I think that's the session over. Nope. There are still drivers out on Otto Winkler going 3 tenths faster, and he's coming down the back straight as well. In the toe of an Audi R8, this could well be some decent places made up for the Nissan GTR. Currently running in 23rd, he keeps it within track limits. Now has the Audi to drag him to the line, will swerve out to continue the lap. 4 tenths up on where he is at the moment, goes to 15th. A Nissan is faster than any of the Ferraris around Monza. It's a glorified Datsun, everybody, in the top 15. No, I will never get bored of that kind of humour. We'll brake nice and slow, that rumbling V6. Go on, give us some donuts. Ah, traction control set too high. Come on, Otto. No, you're just going to park up. Ah, it's a shame. Who is coming across the line? There we go. It was Raikkonen we were waiting for. And that will give us the form for the start of this 1 hour race. Now, we have 5 minutes to run through all of the drivers, and believe me, it is not going to be long enough. Not by a long shot. We'll jump to the really high camera so you can appreciate just how many cars we have here. So, leading the drivers away once again will be Romano Berenic for Pirate Racing in the number 8 Porsche. This time joined in the top 4 by his teammate in the 24 of Filip Borovic, who was a little bit further back before. Alongside the leader, however, will be Nida Zak in the 89 McLaren. We'll be watching for him to make some really good progress towards that Porsche with the McLaren horsepower behind his driver's seat. Rochepal, the leader of the Amcars in the 111 Bentley, will also be one to watch, not necessarily for outright pace, but will be good to see getting the draft of the Svelte sports cars in front of him. Borovic we have covered. 5th will be Igor Krishnik in the number 3 Porsche, and then the 2nd McLaren of Claudio Voodoo in 6th. George Hemming will start 7th. 8th will be Matej Miksik. I'm doing really well with names, as you can still tell. Ollie, I think it's Ollie. No, Andrei Kuchar will start in 9th position. 10th will be Dejan Jogic. 11th will be Barnabas Konkole. 12th will be Kawai Kawasaki is the name. 13th will be the 101 of Dan Babic. 14th will be Shurjo Pindrik. Sure. Otto Winkler will start that Nissan GTR in 15th position. Dan Minton will start in 16th. And Damien Kialva will start in 17th in the number 17 car. 18th will be the number 10 car of Zvonimir Burek. And 19th will be Sanal Tadic. The 66 of Remco Langadijk, that's the best I can do, will start 20th, and 21st will be Mike Wazinski. 22nd will be the 88 of Koscheck, and the number 5 of Ollie Charles will start in 23rd position. 24th will be Vanya Madrusan, someone who featured reasonably heavily in the... I do see a lot of jumping about, and that's really upsetting my eyes at the moment. The 242 of Bill's Water will start 25th. The 99 of Josip Brulas will start in 26th. 27th will be Lukas Rakishnik. Mattia Silva will start the 33 in 28th position. Alex Reef in 29th. I need to hold it down now. There we go. 30th will be Ricardo Meyer in the number 12. Daniel Smith will start the 13 in 31st. Asura Maru will start the 404 in 32nd. 33rd will be Andrew Brooker in the 130. The number 1 of Stephen Carey will start a lowly 34th. Stephen not having the best of times in this championship at the moment. Kukulov Eugene will start the 5-on-5 in 35th. Guillaume Akari will start in 36th. 37th will be Prismek Kirkner. Lord Nem, the car who led us out in the 666, will start 38th. 39th will be Stephen Beswick. 40th will be Tio Smolik. 41st will be the number 4 of David Dunster. And 42nd, and leading the back of the field, will be the 132 of Matthias Kuhn, who was so quick in the Nürburgring. It seems that we have a big old shuffle in the separate rounds of this championship. Now, I don't know what could be causing that, but thankfully we have a very, very steady heli camera to figure it all out, and you can guarantee I'm going to be using this for the first few laps. There's no way we're going to be able to get the amount of visibility we need otherwise. The engines start to roar into life as we count down to 10 seconds to go. Where can I cover somewhat of the field? Oh, we lost a car there. I think, no, it's not Voodoo that we've lost. It's the 5th place of Krishnik, who has blinked out of existence. Maybe that 5th place car will be starting from the pit lane. Did not get out onto the grid in time. And we've got an upset before the race has even begun. Have we got any others that are... I mean, we've got a dropped... who is that we're missing? I don't see who the 42nd driver that we're missing is. That's unfortunate. As the back of the field moves away, Smollett. No, a surprisingly small amount of burnouts here. That's really unfortunate. Again, let's just run through the top few of the Pro and Am classes. Berenic leading the way as he has done once so far this series, and from what I was understanding, he's quite the weapon when it comes to that. Zach is doing very, very well to take that second position from Zamora at the moment, who is missing tonight. But there is a few gaps where those Aston Martins should be. There's going to be an upset in the championship standings in the Pro class. Meanwhile, in the Am class, we are looking at the moment to see a major upset with Rochepal qualifying third overall. He is going to be taking that 111 Bentley some places in the Am class. That's if he stays there. That is an extraordinary amount of pace for the Bentley driver. Actually, where is he? I don't have a nationality for him. That's awful. Jump back to the live timings. I thought I was only going to be doing that once, but we had the time to do it twice. Take a deep breath, everyone, and focus your eyes, because that, I promise you, is going to be the last time that you're going to be able to for the next 60 minutes. As the drivers weave their way down towards Ascari, they should hopefully be getting the temperature in their tyres and brakes by now. I forgot about the ghosting. Again. Oh, I'm too used to R-Factor 2. Bit of a wiggle from the leader. Not quite happy. No, we'll be fine in turn 1. Did you see turn 1 at the Nürburgring? That was great. I'm sure we'll have no issues here tonight. I've got ultimate faith in these ISDA guys. As the drivers start to form up. There we go. How tight are they going to be formed? Berenic is holding them very slowly. Good to see, because that will give the rest of the field time to Constantine or up, overlap into each other. Whoop, 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 whoop. Come on. Get it all right. I don't know, I kind of like this. This is cool. I think ghosting on the warm-up lap is absolutely respectable to do. I totally understand that. There's no point in creating issues for everybody. Stop and 10-second penalty for Burek already in the number 10, so the leading prizing horse is going to go very much down the grid. We come across the grid hatchings now. Watch for that segment at the top of the screen to go green, and we are away for an hour of Monza in these ridiculous GT3 cars. The 96 Porsche is making it 3 wide, coming down into turn 1. It is going to be crazy. The Mercedes is making good progress up in the background as well. The leaders come down into turn 1 now. How will the rest of the field pack up? Again, the ultimate politeness that Audi has taken out one of the boards and will bump his way across the sausage curbs on the inside. Again, ultimate professionalism and politeness shown to absolutely everybody. Apparently Voodoo's in first, according to this, but that's just not the case. Drive through for Kuhn in last position. So a bad day becoming even worse, and as the standings, it's okay, what you guys are seeing on the standings is what I'm seeing on the ACC broadcasting tool as well. Berenic holds the lead by 0.2 of a second from Nida Zak in the 89. Borovic is now in third, ahead of Rochepal in the 111 Bentley. Miksic has made hay while everybody else was being cautious and got that 96 Porsche up to 5th position, with Hemming dropping down and Voodoo as well dropping down from 5th to 7th. Excellent driving from the 96, brilliant opportunism. And now we have to play the game of where do we want to put our eyes for the next, as the Bentley comes across the 22. Major damage. How on earth has that happened? Pindrick and a giant crash. Oh, what on earth has happened here? And it's going to get even worse. There's a lot of drivers who are not showing enough caution. What on earth has happened here? Hopefully I've sped this up so we don't have to sit quite as long waiting for... Oh no, we're still going to have to wait just as long for the replay to come up. Come on. Come on, ACC. I have faith in you. There we go. Right. Jump up to the 22 car. Oh, big shuffle. All of the shuffling. Here we go. So that's the start. Now what caused this then? So the 22s come up. It's the Aston hitting the Ferrari that's caused the issue. 22s take an evasive action, and then it's all concertinaed from there. It wasn't even Pindrick that had the issue there. It was Kujawa and who's that Ferrari? Oh man, so the 23 of Wiesinski has gotten away scot-free from that incident. And this is going to be a very long stop for those involved in that. Oh, what a heartbreaking start to the session. I'll tell you what. I wonder if I can... Let's see what's going on at the moment when it comes to the rest of the field. Minton in 13th, currently on the defensive from the 101. Arguing for slipstream behind Concoli. It looks like in the 51, side by side breaking into turn 1. Aston has the inside line. Can the Porsche stick it out around the outside? It is Kawasaki in front of them, I think. No, it's the 51. It is Concoli. Aston defends from Babic. Great driving to take 11th position. Next on the hit list will be the 3rd place AM driver of Concoli, if that Aston Martin has the legs. We have to take another look at that incident. I just need to find the perspective to find it from. And this is the risk of high-speed racing, especially in these cars that don't have that much downforce. Let's see if we can find... So we know where the 22 was of Pindrick there. So that's a car that we know was involved. Now what I'm interested in is to jump back a couple of cars, say to about, I think it was the Audi, and then jump on board here. So we say how hard it is for people to judge what's coming up. So we see the grass there, and you're going along, there's Audi, there's brakes, and that's it. That was all of the reaction time he had, and then the Aston Martin trying to jump back on again. That was going the wrong way. Now the thing that becomes inexcusable, in my very flawed opinion, is when you have a few drivers back here. Oi, big twitch from the 12. And that might actually have saved the 12 car here. And the 77 beside him. Audi up on the inside. He can see the grass flying everywhere. It's going to get on the brakes. The Porsche behind. Wow. Absolutely was not paying attention. Oh, that's very brave. That's very brave. But in the end, there has been a lot of repercussions from that. Let me just try and unpack what that has done to the timing screens. Rekesnik was taken out in that. This is now a race of 2 halves, I think. No. No, it looks like the mandatory pit stop hasn't been put on. So we're going to have to rely on the honour system for drivers to behave. Pindrick in the 22 is still in the pits. Massive, massive damage for that 22 car. That's really unfortunate. Kuyava also way down the field. And the Audi of Akari is going to have another off exactly the same spot where it was last time. Nowhere near the repercussions as well. The 13 of Smith is also way, way out of it. Stephen Carey in the number 1. Marlboro liveried Porsche still looking absolutely awesome. But miles out of it now in 37th position. English please, guys. Sorry, only because I can't read Polish, or I think that's Polish? I'm guessing it's Polish. Rakisnik in the 33rd position. The number 2 car has pitted for damage and got it done. Lord Nem, meanwhile, has been promoted to 28th position. I think that's about the only driver, the first of the drivers who hasn't been affected by this. Berenic letting Borovic win. I don't think that that's the plan. Not Polish? I'm very sorry. Berenic seems to be struggling. Oh, is definitely struggling with something. Let's see where those positions have changed. Unfortunately, again, gonna have to find the thing. Croatian. No, it's fine. It's not, absolutely not a problem. I should have picked up on the Z. Sorry. Yeah. It's okay, ACC. In your own time. Absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. There we go. Cool. Right. Where on earth has Berenic given those positions? Oh, man. He fell a long way back. How has that happened? Okay, so what's happened here is he's got onto the start-finish straight. This is going to be a mistake into turn 1, isn't it? Not on the defensive yet. But that McLaren has a lot of straight-line speed. The 89 is going to have to go to the outside. Berenic is going to defend to the inside. Oh, we get a skip. What on earth's happened here? Yeah. For whatever reason, we haven't had... I think the 8's either had a lag or something, and it's just dropped. So, Berenic having to overcome hardware failure. He transfers back to the live show so easily. So we have a black spot in our recording where we can't see where these positions actually changed. All we know is that Berenic has had some kind of critical failure, either of his brain or of his hardware, and now is having to fight his way back up to get to his teammate. I don't know as Berenic is actually letting letting Borovic through. There's no way he would have let the 89 through at the same time. And it was the 89 putting pressure on the Porsche. So there must have been a coming together in turn 1, putting 2 and 2 together and making 5. You can almost see the vapour lines from the McLaren as the Porsche tries to get inside the rear bumper to try and eat all the downforce. Has to pull out because they're alongside. As the header camera comes alongside, you can see just how close there is, just about enough space for the Porsche to pull back in behind, but he doesn't want to do that. He wants to give the illusion that he's alongside. 8 runs wide, The McLaren comes back out onto the racing line, and now it's the Porsche that has the upper hand here. Meanwhile, looking in the rearview mirrors as well, we can see the Bentley looking, hunting. He's going to get on the brakes. Is he going to stop in time? No, he's not. He has to take the escape road. Zach is going to retake that position, and he's going to lose a position now to the 1-1-1 of Rochepal. He's got to slow down. He can't keep that position, but can he keep third? No, he's going to lose third as well. A nightmare for Berenic, from victory last time out to falling down the field, even behind the I think that Lexus is a lap down, actually. No. Hemming, the second of the AM drivers, is now in third position. Fourth position. Eyeing that podium up with that 111 car, looking to take it away. The Bentley and Lexus are both cars that are not seen as being particularly quick, but they are very much in the competition here for the top of the sheets, and that is in the AM class. I think it might be that Berenic has his brakes set a little bit incorrectly. Is the 8 going to make up the inside? He does. That place wasn't necessarily for position in the class though, so it makes sense for the Lexus to let the Porsche go and use the draft, as there's another Porsche of Mixic hunting down the Lexus as well. He's not going to try and fight it, I can imagine, because any car that can drag him up to the back of that 111 Bentley is a friend indeed to Hemming at the moment. Winkler on the defensive from Minton. Otto Winkler's had a great start as well, all the way up to 11th position, but he may be about to lose it now with Minton hunting. Oh, he's going to get out onto the curb. And that's your lot. 2 Audis in the AM class, meanwhile. This is not for position. 515 and the... There we go, 99. Yes, low top speed for the Porsches, absolutely. That 99 is well out of the fight of Joseph Brias. He's going to pull in front, take all of the aero off of that 515. That was a very dangerous maneuver. That was a very dangerous maneuver from the 99. To pull in front of someone in the braking zone is very, very silly. Yes, I figured that that was going to be what Hemming was doing. Now hopefully he'll be able to hold on to the number 8 car, who will pull him up to the back of the 111 car. What else is going on around the field? Oh my goodness, Dan Minton. Oh no. Ah, we've got lapped cars, good grief. This fight, here we go. Yeah, this'll do. Just outside the top 10 at the moment for the 51 of Concoli. Just one of the anime cars in this race. I do believe we've got a second in the form Kawai Kawasaki. I don't know where he's gone though. I think Kawasaki may have been the car that we lost. From what I can see, I think that may be the case. The 51 on the defensive. And holding back the Porsche, Nissan and Aston Martin at the moment. Opportunities here for Dan Minton though. With the Mercedes holding everybody up and the extra power that the Aston Martin no doubt has, I'm 100% sure there is opportunity to make hay. Just trying to see where the battles are. It's very difficult to tell at the moment. Rochepal putting pressure on the 89 McLaren now. And this is pressure that has been building for a few laps. It looks like Hemming's starting to drop back from the 8 car. That's not quite what we want to see. But yes, let's go Otto. Totally with you on that. Let's get that Nissan into the top 10. Rochepal is proving to be an absolute weapon, especially through Parabolica. Takes a wide line. The draft of that 89 McLaren giving giving him a bit of a go. And Nidazak there weaving across the road, trying to break the toe. All's fair in love and war. Looks like Zach's got the measure of the Bentley around this first sector. Through these slow corners. It may be that the Bentley doesn't have the traction off of these slower chicanes. But when they get to the higher speed corners, it has what it takes. Let's look back from the golden McLaren. There we go. Is Berenic on his way again? He is. Trying to put pressure on the AM leader. This is going to be awesome to see. And Hemming isn't... He's staying with Berenic. Let's make that very clear. He's not dropping away. He's just taking his time getting up. McLaren's sitting in the middle of the road. The Bentley has the draft. Look for those headlights to disappear underneath the rear wing. He's not going to go defensive because there's no point at the moment. There's no way the Bentley's going to take a dive into Parabolica. Closes up under braking, and can the Bentley get the toe down? You're looking for those headlights again to appear as they come. And again, a swerve across the track for Nidazak. Bentley's closing. Is the attempt going to be made into turn 1? He pulls out, but can't get it done. Oh, McLaren overshoots. A mistake and pressure. And that's going to be... Is that going to be the position? Yeah. That's the McLaren demoted to below the Porsche again. And now Rochepal to second. Absolutely astounding, but under pressure it looks like from the Porsche. I just realised I've got camera control. Totally forgot there for a second. Porsche went around the outside, it looked like, on that 111 car. I don't think the Bentley's going to have an answer for him, but that was, if that was what I thought happened. That is absolutely... I have clicked the button, by the way. We'll go to replay now. Come on. ACC, you are ridiculous. There you go. Right. So, it'll be the McLaren there. Is it going to be the Bentley getting a bad exit off the chicane? It is. The Bentley went defensive, but the Porsche was like, no, I'm just going to do this around the outside. There is banking on the Lesmo 1 and 2, so that is very much doable, and great driving from Berenic there to get the pass done in such a challenging place. And still defending the place, but Rochepal now has a 5-second penalty. Where has he gained that from? Either manually given by the stewards. Give me a second. We have a race control chat for that. It's the 111 we're looking for. Nope, it may just be track limits that have been exceeded far too many times, and it is called abuse of track limits for a reason. And now I'm starting to spam my screens. Is this... Nope, that's not a fight worth looking at. Kawaii Kawasaki is still in the race. Fantastic. Actually, let's compare the 29 car to the 51 anime car. Anime car. But the sponsors are different. I don't think they're the same team. Unknown and Blackpink. Yeah. And I do believe that that is the 13 car. 13 McLaren has unlapped, or has just lapped the 806 Mercedes. Not surprising with that bonnet flying up. Kawaii and who's in the 51, Barnabas. I recommend that you guys team up and make a team, because you can just call yourselves the anime team. Or if you have any better suggestions for anime teams in chat, please put them in now, because I'm sure there will be. Actually, how is that fight in the lower half of the top 10? One Porsche has gotten past, but has not been able to hold on to it. The 101 will get on the brakes. Mercedes and Aston are side by side behind. 51 will hold it into the first chicane. But that is Minton having taken Otto Winkler. Winkler now demoted just to 12th, so that is still a net positive of 3 positions, I think, on his start position. But looking to take the position back now. Up in the draft, that GTR is very quick in a straight line. It's what made it so quick when it came to Bathurst. He's going to have a look, but nowhere near enough. Interestingly, Hemming and Rochbal are now in front and behind each other respectively, and with that 5-second penalty, Hemming is in the pound seat to take that lead away from Rochbal come the end of the session. Hemming has just hit someone. Well then, who has he hit? Oh, that's getting twitchy now. Are the rear tyres dying on that Lexus perchance? I know they are unbelievably hard on them. It was a Bentley. Oh, Rochbal. Oh! Well, I wasn't expecting that. So Hemming was up behind the Bentley? Was it this lap? This is the benefit of casting solo. I'm not seeing... Nope. Was it the previous lap? I can't spend too much on this, otherwise we're going to end up... That's up behind the McLaren. Unfortunately, he's not been near a Bentley. There's the trouble one there. And it is the 89. It may have been the 89 that he hit, because the 89 has fallen down a smidge. It would have been breaking into turn 1, wouldn't it? And it would have been the McLaren. Here we go. Is this where the incident's going to occur? Under braking, tap on the rear. There you go. Just the tiniest of touches, and a beautiful donut from Zach as well. There we go. It's my favourite game is to try and hunt for incidents after they've happened. It was the 89. Yep. Cool. So that was a fairly unfortunate but very minimalist incident. But now Berenic and Borovic at the top of the timesheets. I really do hope that I'm pronouncing their name right. Like, that would be really embarrassing if I'm straight up just pronouncing it wrong. I can well believe that Berenic is going to close that gap. Let's have a look at, because neither Zach now is in the pits. Pit window is now open. No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. What's my favourite name? What's my favourite game? Well, mispronouncing people. Oh yeah. Don't worry, I'm going to get Minton wrong at some point. But the pit stops are now ensuing, and this is where it's going to get awful. Because everything's going to go crazy. Follow the 96 of Miksic. Yeah, I can well believe Berenic is going to... do you know what? Let's just jump on board with him for a couple of minutes. While they're having fun with these pit stops. What's it like to close in on your teammate? Also, that Porsche sounds incredible. It really does. For a car that's so wrong, it sounds so good. Wide out of Ascari goes the number 8 car. And his teammates now in sight. This could be a dominant display by Pirate Racing here. Depending on how their pit strategies play out, they've only got 10 minutes, and 3 of those have evaporated. I'm surprised that Berenic didn't... 96 and the 101 are also teammates. That's interesting, because with the 10-second penalty that 74 has, they're going to end up being... So it's all the Porsches are teammates. They're not man enough to just like take on the rest of the pack themselves, like the rest of these manufacturers. They have to team up together. I am joking, of course. But while these pit stops go on, it is going to be very difficult to keep track of the positions in the cars and where they are going to be playing. It's through that first sector, like it always is with Monza. It's so difficult to get those slower corners right when you've got so little. And that's a spun Aston Martin as well. How on earth has that happened? Oh, I think I know how it's happened. That's Smolik in the 76. Up to the outside, there we go. Let's go to replay for that. Penalty for 25 car. For what specifically? Out of interest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they would be the. Yeah, Porsche guys are normally the guys to beat. What number did I just say? They come on, where's the go up the top. Come on. So it was that one. Teo Smolik was the man I was looking for. Did he have a spin all on his own? It may be that he's had a spin all on his own, and that would be really unfortunate for the 76 car to have this replay devoted to him. Yep, got out on the marbles, ready, steady, whee! Oh, and a big bounce off the inside wall as well. That's really unfortunate. Into the pits he comes. And just to make things even more difficult to keep track of, Kirchner is under pressure from Hemming. Lexus against Aston Martin. And I think I know how this battle should go, but I don't know if it's how the battle is going to go, because this race has thrown up all sorts of surprises. The Lexus is great in a straight line up underneath the rear wing of the Aston Martin, almost alongside. Come on, camera 2, give us some decent angles. Into Parabolica they go. The Lexus gets on the brakes and gets the pass done nice and easy on Przemek Kirchner. It could be he's running into the pits now. He comes in close. There we go. Good man, getting the pit done. Claudio Voodoo gets promoted to 12th position now. Yes, who is it that's your teammate out of interest? Reef is in the pits. I don't know if that is for repairs or retirement. He may have just pitted and decided, yeah, I can't be bothered anymore. Dunster is on his outlap there. And that is the teammate of the 76 who had that nose into the wall, it looks like. That's for sure. Pindrick. Ah, right. Yes. Are you perhaps in contact with Pindrick at the moment? I would love to know what his opinions are on on that incident, because that was an absolutely awful thing to see. Incident between 64 and the car 111 and 89 has been reviewed, and the car 111 has received a time penalty. 74 has received a time penalty as well for varying incidents. No, that's absolutely fine. Of course. Two minutes of damage. Ah, it's awful. I am in the commentator's booth if any of the drivers that have had to retire want to come and give us a bit of a story. We kind of have to wait until the pit window closes to get a representative grid. We're under 30 minutes to go, though. 2 minutes left of the pit window. They just need to get into the pits. They don't need to have the pit stop complete, as far as I remember. As long as they're in the pit lane by the time the timer runs out, they'll be alright. Yes, Smolik in the 76 is received a stop and go 30. I assume that's for speeding in the pit lane. Minton pits from second position to let the... Oh no, Babic pits from first position to let the 75 of Dan Minton take the lead of the race. And is not going to be for the rest, but there is for sure a note to pitting last. That 75 is obviously still performing very well even on the relatively old tyres. Incident between cars 74 and 78 has been reviewed, and the car 74 has received a time penalty. 5 seconds. The pit windows make for a similar function like a joker lap. And I do think that it adds something to racing. Even in the shorter races, it's great to see. I mean, touring cars used to have 15-minute races with a pit stop, and that used to be considered long for a touring car race. Interestingly, Bill's Water under pressure at the moment from the Lexus of Andrzej Kuchar, but is running his best time. He's almost a second up at the moment. He comes across the line now to do a 1:48.999. So pressure appears to be Walter's activator. Goes too wide into the first chicane and defends valiantly, but that will drop the Lexus now back into the clutches of the 74. The 74 is going to have a 5-second penalty applied, as we've just heard. That doesn't mean that the Mercedes isn't still going to be fighting for every position that it can possibly get hold of. Oh, do you know what? I don't know. Kuchar? Yes, I'll take Kuchar. And Otto Winkler. I like Otto Winkler. I've had a couple of chats with him. He's lovely. Top of the timesheets. Second and third as Minton drops into the pits now. This will be the fight for the lead, and it's between teammates as well. What will the 8 and the 24 do? Is this going to be a fight, or is this going to be team orders or the team working together The 8 pulls out. I don't think this is team orders. This is the 24. It has every right to defend his position, but they are teammates. Is this going to be a simple swap? I can't imagine that's going to happen. Minton's out of the pits. You'll see on the split timer in a second. Just keep an eye on that 75 marker. To Tom Minton in chat. Team orders? You think it's going to be team orders? I don't know. I saw the 8 have a look there under braking, and I did not see the 24. He wasn't defending, but then he didn't need to defend either. So their team orders are to not take each other out, obviously. But if they go beyond that, I don't know. I think that if there were team orders, then the 24 would have let the 8 pass by now. All it takes is a breathe off the throttle, but it's not coming yet. Where is Dan? Dan is in the 75. Is up behind the McLarens now, so has jumped also Winkler and Babic and Concoli. Excellent strategy and brilliant driving from Minton to leapfrog the lot of that battle. It's 24. He's not defending. Again, he's not defending. But the 8 doesn't have the pace in the toe of that 24. I can prove it to you as well. Here we go. Underneath the draft of that Porsche rear wing, they're running out of gears. That's 6th gear. You can hear the gear whine. And even in the draft, it's not going to happen. It would have to be a very, very brave braking maneuver from Berenic. This is not team orders. This is a fight for position. And while Borovic might not be defending his position, he's got the pace to keep his teammate behind him. This is excellent driving from the Pirate Racing drivers. Meanwhile, let me just jump out of there, and I saw something that I'm very interested in. That is the 96 Mixik Porsche being put under pressure, it looks like, in a straight line by the 728 McLaren of Claudio Voodoo. The attack of George Hemming has fallen away, dropping to 16th and 5th, I'm thinking, in the AM class. That's a shame. Oh, I'm sure he will, but like, that's not the point. The point is that they're not performing team orders. That's what counts. Now, does the 728 have the legs? Oh, I hear a spin. That is the 833 of Bezic. He's going to lose places. Gimme, Voodoo. There we go. That's why. Under the rear wing, that bright red McLaren will hold a tighter line. Mixtic runs out wide to try and get the throttle down again. And here we see the McLaren just has the legs in a straight line. The bonnet completely disappears. But can he do anything? He's going to go to the outside. The Porsche goes defensive. We'll look from the outside there, side by side into turn 1. McLaren gets on the brakes. We'll have to do it the hard way if he's going to do it at all. He's still there. He gives up the place just for now. I feel like that could have been a little bit sensible to give that place up a little bit quicker, but he is closer this time. And if he can use the straight line speed of that McLaren again, there could be a 4th place on for Voodoo here. And this is for positioning class as well, so more points for the championship hunt as well for Voodoo Child, who is, I know, streaming on Twitch because I got a notification saying that he was streaming on Twitch. So I'm going to go and annoy him in a minute. Well, once the race is over. Wonderful driving, as we have seen from the last race as well. At 74 from Jogic, he's still... I think that's a change for position. Kushar in front of Jogic now. The Lexus having made the position. It's very difficult to keep track of the 43 cars on track at the moment. Oh no, I think we're down to 40. 39, and Reef, yeah. So Reef's in the pits, and come on. There we go. So Babic in the 101. Mixic in the 96. They look to be teammates if I ever saw them as well. But the gold car of Nida Zach in the background is slowly closing in on this battle as well. Not enough speed down the start-finish straight this time for Voodoo. He needs to be more patient, I think. I know that's like preaching to the choir as someone who does rallying. But, yeah. There's enough pace in that McLaren to take the 96. The Mercs have to juggle engine mode. Oh, the 96 cuts across the chicane. He's going to have a time penalty for that. He will have to let off, or... oh, grief. Goes wide as well into the first Lesmo. It could be the opportunity that McLaren needs. If Claudio is wise, he will hold off on... yeah, the Mercs actually have a bigger engine than is allowed in GT3. They were allowed the engine in on the provision that they limited the fuel to it. That's why they have such awful fuel characteristics. Porsche seems very stable in the corners. It's just in the straight line. The McLarens just have the legs. We've seen in chat that the Porsches do have a deficit on the overall top speed. But can they make anything of it? Porsche has the traction out of Parabolica, but this time the gap isn't anywhere near as big. Mixic can go defensive and will stay in the centre of it. No, he doesn't even bother this time. Doesn't even bother. McLaren holds up. Voodoo goes to the inside. They're side by side, and there is another McLaren waiting in the wings should this all go to tears. It's almost textbook when they get to it. And with the Porsche having... a strange line from the apex of turn 1, 89 almost got around the outside as well. That was astonishing, and you'll see in a moment the positions changed. There we go. Porsche outbraking himself, trying to get back into contention, and he's going to lose another position as well. Got a rub on the rear end from the McLaren. Is going to get a boot full of oversteer as well. That engine out the back of the Porsche is great when it's trying to get traction down, but when it starts to slide, it acts like an absolute pendulum. But it looks like it's only a matter of time until Mixic in that Porsche is going to lose out to the 89 McLaren. Oh, Zach very nearly didn't make it past there, actually. Ooh, I just saw, side by side, 8 goes to the outside, 24 is defending now. So this is a battle for the lead. Just because they're in the same car and the same livery doesn't mean that Borovic doesn't want that win. He is going to defend from his teammate just as much as he is anyone else. Brilliant driving here. Will the 24 pull to the inside? He goes to the middle of the road. The 8 has the speed, but can he get it done on the outside? I don't think he's going to be able to. He's going to have to drop back behind. There he is, playing very, very nicely with each other as they have that Pirate Racing iconography on the side of the race. This is brilliant. Just what we wanted to see from the lead of the race. So much more stable as well than we were seeing from Mixic Onto the grass goes the number 8. That's going to affect his traction. So, no, not that button. There we go. But up in the toe. I do think these Porsches are running out of gears when they get to the end of the straight, so it doesn't matter how much draft Berenic is able to pull from the back of Philip Borovic's car. By the time they get to the end of the straights, they're still doing the same speed. And that's 6th gear again. Fully trimmed out for the Porsche. But that was a twitch under braking. How much is this defensive driving affecting Borovic's car? Across the line, the gap goes out to 0.3 of a second. I wonder at what point they're going to go. They're going to cry enough. And the pass between the McLaren and the 96 is done. Minton now putting pressure on the Porsche. How fast is that Aston Martin in a straight line? He's gone to the inside, only just been given space by the 96. Will go back to the outside to take the racing line. The 96 has had a very compromised line. This could happen through Curva Grande. Who are fighting for the championship? But that Porsche has so much traction off the corner that it doesn't matter that he wasn't taking the right line. He just gets it gone. This is all playing into the hands of Otto Winkler as well now, who has a very good chance of putting pressure on Minton, and as he is bottled up behind the 96 at the moment. Okay. Borovic's still in front. I'm astounded at this defensive drive. Ooh, that may have been an attack gone wrong for Berenic. Hang on a second. That's suddenly a rather large gap. Hang on, guys. I need to do the thing that I do with this game and no other game, because this replay system is, you know, somewhat useful. Actually, that's not fair. I've not played with R Factor 2's latest update yet, and I do want to have a go at it at some point soon. Because I can well believe... Right. To the top of the timesheets we go. And it could only have happened somewhere around here. Under brakes. Didn't happen here. Not through Curva Grande. Maybe into the chicane here. No. Oh, through the Lesmos. He's so close. Look at it. Is he going to run wide? No. Still close there. Side by side, coming up towards Ascari. That's absolutely what every team manager wants to see. As they come into Ascari now. On the brakes. Berenic. Still there. Still there. Oh, no. There we go. That's what it was. That's why he was on his own. It wasn't Berenic. It was... Where's the... Come on. Oh, damage for the 24. That's a big old... How has that happened? So it's through Ascari. We'll get the helicopter here, shot here. He gets on the curb. Big old wiggle and just... Oh, man. That's heartbreaking. After running such a fantastic race and being put under so much pressure from his teammate. That's such a shame to see for Berenic. Meanwhile, Rochepal apparently has taken the lead of the race. Now, I don't see how that's happened. Unless Berenic slowed down for his teammate and that's how he got the pass done. Doesn't matter at this point because they are in different classes, so they're different. Too much pressure. Oh, absolutely. I mean, having the fastest driver from the previous race in your rear view mirrors is an immense amount of pressure to have to hold up. Minton is putting pressure, there we go, on the, oh good grief, as one of the barriers on the inside of turn 2 goes flying. Still stuck behind that 96 Porsche. Again, he needs to use the straight line speed of that Aston Martin rather than trying to use the cornering performance. Wait for either the start-finish straight or the straight after Variante Ascari. It's the only place he's going to get done. He just needs to work and work and work. He's got 8 minutes left to make that happen as the Porsche runs wide again. How on earth is that 96 car keeping it on the track? Meanwhile, Bilswater under pressure. This is a ridiculous race. What is going on here? So that is the 66, the 242, and who was that just in front as well? I think that's the 004, which is out of this race and could actually be the cause of this altercation. As they come round to the first split, we're going to see the 66 will have gained a position, and gained a position handsomely as well. The 12 car now looking around the outside of Curva Grande and up the inside. And the pass is already made. The 88 is not in this battle as well. But Mayer has... Oh, sorry. Bilswater has taken a massive amount of damage. He's flashing, I think, to let the other cars past. But how that's happened, I do not know. What's happened to Philip and why is Berenic... okay, from what I understand, the 24 car made a mistake at Ascari. Berenic slowed down, probably, because it was his teammate and he wanted to wait for him, and let Rochepal past. As far as I know. But I make no promises on that one. Meanwhile, Minton still putting pressure. Oh, hang on, where's Meyer here? Has got the 88 behind? No, he does not. That's the number 5. That is 2 seconds behind. No, it's absolutely fine. That's my job. It's really great when I have chat to be able to commentate with as well. The 46 and the 99 look like teammates. Yellow 46, yellow 46. They are teammates. Together on track. They can work together, the Audis, to push themselves up the grid. Eugene lost a position to Krisnick on the previous lap in the number 3 Porsche. And meanwhile, this is all a mess in the lower positions as well. If I had auto casting on, this is all we'd be looking at. Keep on saying, come on, Dan, I want to see it, 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 around the outside of Parabolica. He's got the speed, he's alongside, gets back into the draft, and this is where the position is gonna be make or break. Drive through, meanwhile, for Burek. He looks to the outside, does Dan Minton. Side by side now in towards turn 1. It's going to be last of the late breakers, and who can get it done? Both on the brakes. Minton still does not have the straight line speed to get that 96 Porsche. That was about as good as he was ever going to get. And still the Porsche was able to get him under brakes. Astonishing driving from Minton. Even better driving from Miksic, keeping that ferocious Aston Martin behind. As we take... I had to take a breath then. I really did. Otherwise I would have completely run out of lung. And yet again, Otto Winkler, with that consistent driving style and just the tiniest bit of clear air, is pulling that Nissan GTR into contention for this 5th place. The rest of the field might be slightly further out, but this is... Oh, man. Oh, man. There is no Porsche in front. I can't... Where's the helicopter? Side by side again coming out of Ascari. Ridiculous. And is this the time that Minton gets it? He pulls across in front. The Porsche has to slam on the brakes and will lose position. That is it. That's the position gained. GG, well played, Dan Minton. What a fight. What a ridiculous fight over 5th position. I tell you what, that man does not know how to do things the easy way. He really doesn't. Astonishing. And now the 96 is in line to lose a position to the GTR, who we know is faster down the straights than the Aston Martin. So this could be a much easier time of it. Back to 10th position, is on his own. I thought that was going to be a lot closer. What is a lot closer is the battle for over 13th position. Into turn 1, we have Mattia Silva and George Hemming, who was fighting over the podium position early on in the race. What on earth has happened to the charge of the 25 Lexus? But both of these cars carrying either damage or emotional damage from earlier in the race. Mattia Silva's Aston Martin looking very good in that Williams-esque, Sky-esque livery for the number 33. Breck serving his drive-through, and suddenly number 23 Ferrari is the leading Ferrari. I can't do that name. Where is it gone? I was doing it before. It was absolutely fine. Mayer is under pressure as well from Ollie Charles in the number 5 Aston Martin. By the looks of it. Well, that may not be a battle on the road anymore. No, it is. The 12 has got a couple of lapped cars in between. Right, so the Wyszynski. It's Wyszynski, yes, thank you. Good grief. You're right, I should just say the number 23 car. The problem is, sometimes I can get it. Sometimes it comes straight out of the mouth and it's fine. Ollie Charles has to now make his way past 2 lapped cars before he can push onto the back of the number 12 McLaren again. 004 gets out of the way. Wise move. That could serve him well in the next few laps. Hemming in 14th is again up behind the 33. That gap ever closer as they go through the first Lesmo. Jokic's looking like he's putting pressure on as well. The Lexus gets a massive kick. I don't know if that was on purpose or by accident, but he didn't want to be on that AstroTurf on the outside. You can imagine the 25 is starting to lose the tyres on the rear with 10 seconds left to go in this session. Good grief, what an unbelievable race. That is white flag time. Where is Rochepal on the track? He's just come around for another lap. So we will get another lap of action here looking down the split times. 10th position is closing in on the Lexus of Kuchar. 74 and 78, this battle has been going on all race. And I believe a penalty for the 74 committed against the 78 has done exactly its job and dropped it back in behind. Hemming also putting pressure on Silva, but not quite as much as this here. Just about as much as here. What else is going on? Bilgewater under pressure. He's just trying to get the car around to the end. Actually, where's Borovic? So Borovic is still behind. Oh, I was behind Walter. I can imagine that is about to change. Lord Nem in the 666. Yep, is just behind as well. So Borovic in the 24 has lost so much from leading the race to 22nd position, but the driver who will win is the AM leader of the championship in Rochepal. Following him 7 seconds behind over the line will be Berenic. Claudio Voodoo will take the podium position from Nida Zak. Really, really well driven there. Dan Minton will come across the line in 5th position. The 96 will hold on from the 35 to take 6th and 7th respectively. Fantastic driving from Otto Winkler to drag that GTR to the top 10. Concoli will bring home the 51 Mercedes in 8th. I wonder how much fuel is left in that number 51 car. 78th. 78 will be the Lexus. Who's doing donuts? Donuts from Otto Winkler. Give me donuts. Come on, guys. There we go. Good man. Bonus points to Otto Winkler for getting some donuts and getting some rubber down on that shortcut. Go on, take out the last one. Go on. Go on, Otto. Wonderful. Brilliantly driven. Right, let's run through the rest of the time sheets as they come across the line, because I now know that they aren't going to stick around. Where do we get to? Winkler, Concoli, Kushai across the line in 9th, Jogic in 10th, 11th, Babic, Wazinski in 12th. See, it worked that time. Silva in 13th, Hemming will come home in 14th, Langdijk in 15th, Mayer in 16th, Ollie Charles in 17th, Krishnik in 18th, 19th will be Burlas, Eugene in 20th, 21st will be Borovic in the end, Nem will come home in 22nd, Burek in 23rd, Kawasaki in 24th, Gergner in 25th, 26th will be Beswick, Kozchek in 27th, Stephen Carey in 28th, Dunster in 29th, 30th will be Reikersnik, Maru across the line in 31st, Brooker in 32nd, 33rd will be Smolik, Pindrick will come across the line in 33rd, 34th will be Madrusen, and 35th will be Dan Smith will be last across the line. Fantastic donuts being played out, and a bit of parallel parking there from Otto Winkler. Brilliant driving from all concerned. Really unfortunate early incident. I need to get back to the ISDA Discord to see if I can. I would love to speak. Do you know what? I might just drag Voodoo in. I might just do that. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, I can't move him. Damn it. I can't move him from there. I can only move them from the ready to interview room. Guys, please, if you were on the podium in either the Pro or the AM class, Rochepal, Voodoo, Zach, Rochepal, Voodoo, Zach, Berenic, Concoli, Hemming, I would love to speak to you if you were indeed the podium finishers. Once again, we have. I can drag him this time. Cool. As Otto Winkler will sing us out with the noise of that. I see a Romano. And I see a Borovic. And oh my goodness. Okay, so I will first grab the winner of the race and the winner of the AM class in Lucas Rochepal. Welcome, first of all, to the comms booth. Secondly, congratulations on the win. Thirdly, oh my goodness, what a performance.
Thank you very much. I mean, I definitely did not expect a win. I mean, I was expecting top 10, but P1, definitely not. I mean, it fell into my hands a little bit because I was sitting safely on P3. But, yeah.
Yeah, that race, I assume it was a fairly I assume it was a fairly safe race for you. How was the Bentley on this in its low drag setup? Because I've not actually run the Bentley in a low drag setup before. I can imagine it might be a bit lively.
Well, in Ascari, yes, it is very alive in Ascari, but I mean, overall, it's pretty safe. I think the Bentley is very stable. One thing that is not very good on the car, I think, is the acceleration. I mean, it's a heavy car, and accelerating out of the first chicane is awful. Can definitely lose a lot of time there, but I learned a lot during this race and even during qualifying. And yeah, but it was definitely not a safe race. I think the first stint was very stressful, especially fighting the McLaren and one of the Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
But the second stint was very safe. I was pretty much in no man's land, and I was switching on autopilot basically.
Yes.
So I was not self-aware at all. I was driving safely, but suddenly I found myself sitting on P1, and that's when I became self-aware.
What actually happened there? Because we saw the issue with Borovec, but I don't know where Berenic actually lost the ground. Was he trying to slow down for his teammate, or did he make his own mistake?
I mean, when he fell behind me, I think it was. I think he was out of the track. He was in the gravel.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Right.
I'm not sure. Maybe I'm mistaking those two.
Okay.
I'm really not sure. But yeah, one of them lost control, it looked like.
Yeah, we'll have a word with them. We'll have a word with them in a second and get the first party. But again, congratulations on the win. This is going to do wonders for your championship hopes. And there was, I suppose this makes up for the Nürburgring then.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I survived only 4 laps. I got rammed like 3 times.
Yeah.
So definitely. And I'm glad I'm getting such a result on Monza because I hate this track.
Oh, brilliant! So we'll look forward to next time out in Bathurst. We'll expect fire from you again then.
Thank you.
Excellent. You have a lovely evening, mate. Thank you very much for the entertainment.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And thank you.
Ah, damn it! I cut him off. That's a shame. We are going to use this opportunity now to drag in Filip Borovec and Romano. Is it Romano Berenic?
Yeah, it is.
Is it right? Okay, let me get this straight out of the way first of all. Is it Borovec or Borovec? And Berenic or Berenic?
It's Borovec.
Borovec.
And Berenic.
Berenic. Okay, so I've got Berenic right. It was Borovec. Cool.
Yes.
That's absolutely fine. So, Filip Romano, talk me through your race. Let's take Romano first.
Yeah, well, it was a hell of a race, I need to admit. And the start was good. Nobody got hit in the first turn, at least the guys in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I had trouble with McLaren because he had a better speed than me, and I needed to back off in turn 1, so to let him go. And that was, then was really frustrated after that. And I think I missed in lap 6 or 7 the braking point, and I lost 2 or 3 places.
Yep.
But then Bentley and McLaren started fighting, and I kind of passed them in the, I don't know which lap was. And then I was going after the Philip,
mm-hmm.
and then the show started.
Yeah, did it ever?
Yeah.
So,
we were talking on the Discord
mm-hmm.
about will we fight or not, and I said yes, we will fight.
Awesome.
Like Verstappen and Hamilton, and see who is better.
Yeah, he was pushing me pretty hard. As you can see, Romano is very fast.
Mm.
So I managed to crash in Ascari.
Don't worry, we saw that.
Yeah, okay. It was like I hit the wall at around, I don't know, 150 kph,
mm-hmm.
And had a lot of damage. Couldn't drive anymore, so I had to pit again.
So that's where you lost the positions.
Yeah.
That's awful. Well, so from my perspective, I had the helicopter cam on you, and it looked like you took the third, like turn 10, like the third corner of Ascari, it looked like you hit the sausage curb on the inside,
Yeah,
and that unsettled you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looked like as though as well. I don't know if you worked on the setup of this car together, but it looked like you'd made that Porsche very compliant through the corners, so that you could hit those sausage curbs and it wouldn't necessarily unsettle you.
I mean, it's really hit and miss with the Porsche. It's better to not touch them.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of understeer in Ascari, so I tried to hit it and maybe survive, but it didn't happen.
No. But how many times had you hit that before then and survived anyway?
I'm not sure. I don't think I hit it a lot of times. Maybe in qualifying, I can hit him and take a risk, but in the race I try to not hit it.
No, that's
in
fair.
the Porsche.
So,
Yeah.
Philip, you
Yep.
found yourself in the lead of the race. Talk us through how that happened and how, because I tried to get the replay of where Romano let the McLaren through, but that was where the big accident on the back straight was. So
Okay.
the replay just lagged, like it just skipped from Parabolica end of lap 1 to Curva Grande on lap 2. So all of that bit I completely missed.
I think it was in turn 1. The McLaren was quite aggressive on Romano, and he pushed him out. So I managed to slip past them both. That's how it happened.
Right. Okay. So it was being in the right place at the right time. Excellent.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how was that? You both seem like great friends together, and the fighting that you had was utmost respectful for both of you. So how was it leading the race and feeling the pressure of not only the 44, 43 cars behind you, but also having your teammate wanting that position back off you?
I mean, I had a great race. I was relaxed, had a rhythm, and it was pretty good. But when Romano gets on the back of you, I don't know, it unsettles you a bit.
No, that totally makes sense. When you know
Yeah.
how much pace he had last time out on the Nürburgring, and if he had anywhere near that pace this time out, it's always going to be a difficult fight to defend against.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But you did well. I mean, you've absolutely earned kudos from a lot of people watching. Fantastic fight from both of you. Utmost respectful. This is great to see. And it's great to see that you guys are working together as a team as well. It was a shame that it ended how it did this time, but obviously maybe you can use this going forward. Maybe like a bit more communication so that you don't have those accidents and things like that. I'll leave that to you, but yeah.
We'll talk about it.
I was going to say, this could have been a 1-2 for Pirate Racing.
Oh my god.
Sure thing, yeah.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Like that's.
We'll get him next time.
I'm not gonna say any more than that. But yeah, there is a what could have been from tonight. Absolutely. Either way, Bathurst feeling confident with the Porsche.
No.
Oh no. No. Again, big straight, big back straight, and I don't know. We will need to go on a high wing and a lot of downforce.
Yep.
And I don't know how we will manage to get the car in front with that high wing on that back straight, even in the qualifying and the race. But we will see. Maybe everybody will go high wing because of Bathurst, and we will see.
The thing is, again, I'm not leading you in any specific direction. There is the argument that you could lead from the front. If you can get the cars set up in such a way that they are lightning quick over the mountain, you could have a second or two gap by the time. It's not the easiest way to do it, but good grief, it'll make it happen.
I mean, you always have to make a lot of compromise with the Porsche.
Yeah.
Depending on the track, the Porsche likes high downforce tracks, so we'll see. But we like the car. I think we know how to drive it, so we'll manage somehow, maybe.
I think you've both proven today that you know how to keep a handle on that Porsche. I'm pretty sure everyone thinks that you guys can drive a Porsche. No, congratulations, commiserations to you, Philip.
Thanks, man.
But hopefully we'll see you next time out. And please avoid the wall at McPhillamy Park.
I'll try.
Yeah, we'll try.
No promises.
Oh man, that would be an awful wall to hit. Best of luck to both of you. And thank you for the show tonight. It's been absolutely incredible to watch.
Thanks.
No problem.
See you next time.
See you next time,
Yeah,
guys.
see ya.
And now I have the unadulterated pleasure of dragging in a personal friend. Claudio Voodoo, how on earth are you, my mate?
Oh, AK, how are you?
I am not doing too bad at all, my friend. How on earth are you doing?
I'm fine, doing great.
Yeah?
Doing great, enjoying this race was good.
Yeah, just a little bit. That McLaren was on fire. I mean, the paint job was on fire anyway, but like, dude.
I think I did almost the perfect race because I don't think I ever did such a clean race without any mistakes, and then that paid off at the end. And McLaren, I knew that McLaren was fast when had low fuel, but I struggles with a lot of fuel, and because the engine is the lowest power output of the whole GT3s. So when you have more weight is low.
Bad. Yeah.
So I had to survive the first half of the race, which went well for me because the guys behind were I think someone spun or something like that. So I had a little bit of caution.
Mm-hmm.
And the second part of the race, I was even more lucky because I didn't any mistakes, and people in front had some issues. Zach got spun, the other guy got a drive through, so I was able to make up a couple of good positions and finish P3 and defend from Zach, who was on a charge.
I can, we saw how quick Zach is at Nürburgring and how quick he was here as well. Managing to keep him behind was absolutely astonishing.
I was lucky one more time because I was able to put a car between me and him for a couple of laps, so I gained a 4-second caution again, and that was enough for keeping him behind at the end.
Yeah.
But I know he's faster than me, but he had a bit less luck than I had. Yes.
I'll tell you what. Let's actually drag Zach in and just let's compare races. I think Voodoo had a very consistent and calm and calculated race where he just made sure he was in the right place at the right time. That didn't quite happen for you, did it, Zach?
For me, I will talk about the first half of the race. It was horrible for me.
Yep.
I got a 2-second damage from someone who missed his brake, so it's okay. It was P3, I was P2. So it was a Bentley, I think, the blue one. And after 3 or 4 laps, I got dive bombed by a Lexus.
Yep.
So this dive bomb cost me 10 positions and huge times in repairing. So honestly, I was lucky that I had this crash just 1 lap before the pit lane gonna open.
Oh no. Yeah,
it's good luck. It's good because I was crashed, and 1 lap after 2 laps, I heard pit lane open, so I didn't lose much time.
Yeah.
I was P16 or something. I got into damage, repairing damage. I go back to race. I knew I have a good pace.
Mm-hmm.
I still have half an hour to do it. So I worked. I managed to get back to Voodoo. He was consistent and very, very clean. I mean, he do no mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
In the last couple of laps, I was telling myself, if he do one mistake, he's done. But he was very clean on his driving. So congrats to him.
Yeah, no, Voodoo's always been very consistent.
Yeah. But as I said to him earlier, I need like 2-3 laps and that will be a very hard time for him.
Yes. Yeah. If that race had been another 5 minutes, there would have been a very interesting McLaren on McLaren battle going on.
Yeah, man. But I'm very happy, even if this dive bomb and crash. I'm happy that I got this, this pace to make me recover from middle field to top 5. So yeah, maybe Vodo saw also the P2 was losing pace in the last couple of, of minutes of the race. Did you see the Porsche losing his pace? So you two, maybe you had a chance to take the second position if we have like 10 minutes more, because I saw his pace dropping a bit.
I don't know what happened to the two Porsche that were battling for P1. I know that
exactly.
I know that they were glued one to each other, and I think they are teammates. And at a certain point, I saw they're dropping down, and and the Porsche that finished P2. I missed. Some kind of incident. I don't know.
I'll let you both watch the broadcast back, because don't worry, I got that on camera.
Okay, good.
I always watch replays after my last replay. I was watching again your commentary, and you were more focused in the fight in between Minton and Tank and Silva. I hope this time you were focused on the more on top 5.
I try to focus across the board. That's that's my job, is to bring focus to all of the grid and give everyone their little spotlight. So sometimes it takes different forms. It's a very difficult thing to do, but we'll see.
I know.
We'll see.
It's 28 people you have to watch every fight.
Hang on, 28? No, 43.
What?
There's 43 drivers in this race that I had to keep an eye on.
I cannot complain about the coverage, because I hot-lapped for like 29 laps over 31, and the only fight I had was with a Porsche, and I was able to overtake him in 2 laps, and that was the only fight I had in the whole time.
I think I actually got that as well.
Yeah, it was
round
lapping.
It was round the outside of Parabolica.
I overtook him in P1.
Oh, there's P1. Oh, yeah, of course.
In turn 1. So, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, it wasn't decent.
So, anyway.
But it was good.
Yes. A mixture of fortunes for you both. But,
I will. But.
But Bathurst is next. How do we feel?
That's what I was telling you, man. Bathurst. It's my favorite track.
Is it?
And I did a good race last league in AWAR. Finished like P2 in my tier with the PB. So Vodo, prepare yourself. Practice, man.
Bathurst is one of my favorite track too. But the problem is that I'm not Bathurst's favorite driver.
So man, you have to practice. Because I'm fast there, I can tell you.
I like practicing there.
Yeah, I was going to say both of you need to hook up and work together to beat those Porsches, because we've discovered there's at least 2 teams of Porsches. So at some point they're going to start working together.
I don't know if we can still do it teammating with you, Vodo. Do you have a teammate or not?
I got a teammate already. I
was going to say
next time maybe.
I was going to say I'm going to let you two sort that out off camera. You guys have a lovely evening. Commiserations, Zach. Very well done, Voodoo. That was a very well driven race. Zach,
thank you.
Very well driven as well.
Congrats to P1, and have a good night and happy Easter. Bye.
Yes.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See ya. There we go. And now the last person waiting to interview is Discord name NG Bucker. You'll have to give me your proper name. Sorry.
Hello, man. It's Ricardo Maya from the last week as well.
No. I remembered your name. I need to add a nickname, but I can't seem to. Where is your
Can I can change my name in your Discord as well to match the.
That would be very nice. That would make my life
Yeah.
way easier.
I will do that in the next times. Okay,
You're a legend.
because I'm on my driver's seat now and I have the keyboard
No.
a little bit far away.
That's absolutely fine. Talk us through your race, because I can't remember what number you were in.
Don't worry, because I was mid-pack. So this week it was a little bit better because I knew the track a little bit better than the last one. It was Nürburgring. Yeah. So I start, even though I made one of my best laps in qualify, because my best lap so far was 1:48.6 and I did 1:48.9. Even though I started at 30 with that time, I was thinking to myself that I was screwed because I was in the mid pack, right? But after the first laps, I managed to, I don't know how, but I managed to pass all the confusion, and I climbed like 8 or 9 positions. And then I managed to undercut in the pits and gain 2 or 3 positions. And then it was just maintaining and like be consistent, like you said in the previous interview. And in the end, I've got a little bit of a battle with, I don't remember the name. I even get bumped in my back in the last lap, but he stopped. But he got a penalty of 10 seconds, and I've managed to finish P16, I guess. I don't know in my league. My league is amateur, so I don't know in which place did I get in my league. But in global, I was P16. I was pretty happy with it.
Hey, that's pretty damn good. No. From 30th on the grid to 16th overall, that's a really good finishing position.
Indeed. And I managed to don't do big mistakes, just small ones. I didn't make a spin, so it was an improvement. So
yes.
But now next week is going to be crazy, man, because I don't know the track as well, and it's Mount Panorama. Let's see how it goes.
If I may be so bold, might I recommend some practice?
Yeah, I will do that like I did in Nürburgring. So yeah. I will practice like for this next week, and let's see how it goes.
I'll look forward to your review of Bathurst come the end of that race as well, because I have an opinion on Bathurst, and I'm not going to let you know it because that would spoil the surprise. Come back to us next week with a nickname and an opinion on Bathurst.
For sure, man.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Catch you then. Well done with that race.
Thank you. Bye.
And finally, I think the man who gets mentioned most in the YouTube chat of both races so far, Dan Minton, welcome to the Com Booth.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I am doing absolutely fine, mate. How on earth are you doing? Oh my goodness, you're going to drag me back to my London accent, and it's not going to be good.
Oh, no, yeah. West London ting.
Oh, no, you see, it's all about South East.
Oh, okay.
All about South East.
What Bexley Heath around that area?
Yeah, exactly there. Yeah. Exactly there.
I've worked around there.
Good man. Absolute legend.
Yeah, but anyway, it was, yeah, I enjoyed that.
I was going to say, you look like you were having fun.
Oh, when coming up to the race, I was testing and stuff, and it was the car was pretty poor, to be honest, but when I got into the race it just felt pretty good, so I can't grumble. I think I was 13th to
it was 13th to 5th, I think, overall.
I think it was 4th. Yeah,
I'll take 4th. Oh no, I'll absolutely take 4th if that's where it was. Good grief, well played indeed.
Yeah, it was good fun. I mean, I left the pit stop a bit late. So I literally just come across the pit stop line into the pit lane when it said the pit window was closing. So I think I just got away with that.
I was going to say, so was that strategy, or was it more you were having too much fun driving and kind of forgot?
Well, no, I was racing with Dan Babic, and with all respect, he was holding me up a little bit, and so he went in, but I wasn't paying attention, and because I was getting carried away racing with Dan, I just I would have pitted the same lap as him, but it done me a favour because I ended up jumping Dan, and I think I jumped about 3 people in the pit stop. So
I was going to say, because in the early stages of the race, you were in the back of a 4-car train and you leapfrogged all of them at some through the pit stops.
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't believe it when I come out of the pits. I was waiting as I was trundling down the pit lane. I was waiting for them all to come flying past, and they never did. So that was it was good.
Yeah, it goes to show just how much pace you had in that Aston Martin. Was it? You think it was what was it, a low drag setup, or was it just trim it out, get the engine as rich as you can get it, and hope?
Yeah, well, I was running on number 1 engine setting, and I had no wing on it, so and it seemed okay, and it was pretty good, and the setup was all right. Yeah, but I made some last few minute setups in before quali, and it seemed to luckily it seemed to work. So
excellent.
Yeah, I can't grumble too much. Good points there for the championship. So
yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. It was Zach. It would sound like Zach was a bit annoyed that I got so much coverage in the last race.
Yeah, he did.
I'm only on the wind up.
Nah, of course. No, the thing is that I it's my job to cover the fights, isn't it? Really, like
well,
I need. Yeah. It's like if I just watched in the Nürburgring race, if I just kept an eye on Berenic the entire time when he had an 8-second lead,
That's his fault for being so fast, though, isn't it? That's the penalty.
Well, exactly.
You have to pay in it.
Exactly. He slowed down. He slowed down a bit this race, and look how much courage he got this time.
There you go, then. That's what then.
No, you've been an absolute example of driving standards and like politeness and aggression all at the same time. It's been great fun watching you in Aston.
Oh, cheers! Thanks a lot. I tried to be because I think it just makes better racing for everybody, and I don't see the point in dive bombing and blocking too much. It's just, I just want to come out and have a good race with people, have some nice battles with people, and just enjoy it really. So when you have an incident and because someone's dive bombed or you dive bombed, it just completely ruins the whole race. So I'd rather just and hopefully get a good result out of it, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So.
I was going to say it worked out for you today for sure.
It did, yeah, it did.
Speaking of good results, how are you thinking for Bathurst?
Pretty confident for Bathurst. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, but
that's a good. I like a man who can come out like that. Good grief.
Yeah, well, I like Bathurst. Once you get the first couple, first thing to do is get a good qualifying in, so you can get across the top of the mountain first couple of laps. But once you get, it's like once you get a flow in a race, and it's all right. You can do the top of the mountain pretty easily. So that's the main thing. So so hopefully it'd be a good race.
Yeah, no, it'd be great.
Hopefully I can qualify a bit better and have a go at the Porsche.
I was going to say we'll be expecting you to be hunting that Porsche and the McLaren down as well.
I'm going to give it my best shot.
Get some retribution on Zach for me.
Yeah, I'll have a go.
Good man, and we'll have eyes on you when you're fighting. I did say during a race you do know how to do things the hard way. And
exactly.
Hearing your accent, it makes sense.
Yeah, all right. Nice one. Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you should.
Yeah, nice one. All right, cheers for that. Cheers for what you're doing.
No,
appreciate it.
It's all good. You have a lovely evening, mate, and see you next time.
Yeah, see you soon. Cheers, mate.
And with that, it only leaves me to conclude the live stream and say thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you very much, everybody who dropped in and had a driver interview as well. It's wonderful to hear the opinions of the drivers firsthand as they've come out of the race. It's been brilliant too, and Assetto Corsa Competizione crashed halfway through. I can only apologise for that as well. Nothing I can really do. But it only leaves me to say I have been Ike Sky. Thank you very much for watching, and believe it or not, I'll see you next time out as we visit the land of kangaroos and Christmas on the beach. Next time out at Bathurst, we'll see you then. Goodbye.